Okay, and I'm going to start your speaking interview. So keep these 2 points in mind for a better band score. That is, be very natural. Don't think about too much. Don't try to be very organized. Just be natural and give long answer. When you give long answer, your grammatical range will improve and your lexical resource means vocabulary that will improve. Okay, so the first question is, how important is friendship to you? Mm-hmm. Okay. Just like anything comes to your mind. Just speaking. Hmm. Okay. Second question: do you have friends who live in other countries? Mm-hmm. Okay. See, Anam, what you are doing is your approach is restricted. It's not extended. You have to follow extended approach because you do not. Examiner doesn't worry about your answer. He doesn't need your information, your knowledge. He doesn't want to check how good you are in knowledge or how good your ideas are. He just wants something you can come up with. Sometimes I get students who are writers, great writers, who are good debaters, but when they sit in exam, arts exam, they don't do well. Why? Because they think, oh, what to speak, what I'm speaking, is that right, is that wrong, what examiner may think. Oh, I don't want to say. It just come up in speaking interview. They don't even test your um, they don't even what, like in writing normally they check your task response. They want you to be to the point, but in speaking they don't. You can even go away from the topic. Okay, now second third question: what qualities do you look for a friend? Sorry, the question is, what qualities do you look for in a friend? Hmm. Good. See here. Okay. Oh, very interesting. In you speaking, there is no problem. Okay. But now the problem is for the examiner. Examiner cannot give you good band score. Why? Because you are not speaking. It's not that you cannot speak. You think that you're short of ideas. Hmm? Okay. Uh, what kind of things do you like to do when you are together with your friends? Hmm. Okay, let me give you this answer. See, you don't have to be very formal to give answer or some like you really look for. You need to look for authentic, great ideas. No, simply the question is, what kind of things do you like to do together when you are with your friends? Well, these days I don't have a circle of friends. Like I'm not very social, though I have too many students. What I remember last time that I did with friend was like we went out for a dinner. It was near Dodriya in Karachi, a great place, a great food market in Karachi. It coastal side. We took fresh air. We started with tea, and then we had a chat for like a good 1 hour. Why? Because two of friends came from England, and one was from Canada, who I met after a decade almost. So we like talked about what we did together in England, and it was like great fun we used to have in childhood. Why? Because we also studied together. So that was what we did last time. Normally, if I talk about friends like in my street, if I have, what we do is we just sit in a corner. There's a bench and some plants. So it's just like the area there. We just it's a secured area. It's a bone tree wall. So on this side there's a bench. We sit there. We talk. Sometimes we have tea. Though it's not like you can't have tea at home, but when we do it together, when you have it, it's just fun and your mind changes. And once in this stressful life, we every individual needs a change. So that's what I would do. There are plenty other things I might think about. It depends what the situation is. I feel I am extrovert, so I can do too many things. Okay, so this was, one of our answer. Now, what happened? I just tried to recall, okay, what I would do. So, I mean, if I like, it was just what I spoke. Now, what happened? I spoke too many, too much detail came out. When too much detail comes out, examiner has a chance to give you a bad score. You think that it's theoretical paper. It isn't theoretical paper. It is examiner checks your vocabulary, your pronunciation, your grammar, your fluency coherence. That's it. Are you getting enough what I'm trying to say? Okay. Now the cue card. Let me give you a cue card. It says, okay, let me send it in Skype. Don't worry, enough. You don't need a good vocabulary. You're okay. You can get 8 band score with this 8.5. You just don't worry. Okay, follow me. That's it. See, it's my job to teach, and what I share with others, they get a healthy band score. So what's wrong in you? If you have a problem, I would let you know, but there isn't any. Okay, did you get a cue card? Yeah. It's like, if I just ask you the same thing in Urdu, I know you won't stop. You would just speak. And to be honest, in Urdu, I don't think so. You would use a good word. You would just use normal words. It's but you don't seem that quiet lady. Okay. Anyways, yeah. Please start. Hmm. Anything, anything. Don't worry about point. Just start speaking now. Let's. Hmm. Hmm. Good. Okay. Now let me ask you part three. Which kind of activities would you like to see in your area? Eh, okay. For example, let me repeat the question. Which new kind of activities would you like to see in your area which do not exist currently? Mm-hmm. Just discipline. What do you mean by discipline? Explain it. Just explain it. Vocabulary, grammar, everything will get covered. Yeah, explain. Mm-hmm. Good. Would you agree that it is important for older or retired people to be busy? Hmm. Okay, and I just go to your weak points. See, very first exam you got 7 band score, right? When you give again exam you got 6.5. Why? First time you were more natural. I think you spoke. You got 7, but second time you are more hesitant. You are worried because you failed it once. You needed 7 in speaking, like in others, but in speaking you got. But second time you're worried more. So when you're worried more, you are just thinking about the content. You're thinking about the marking criteria, but you are not producing. So what I noticed today is that you are not giving extended tries. Focus more on details. Okay, try to give long answer and natural answer. You can straight away get 8 band score minimum. What I see from your speaking, the best part you have is fluency. When you speak, it's a very confident answer. It looks a very confident answer, a very clear answer, clear progression in your sentence. You guide the listener well. Your speaking is simply great. There aren't many poses. But when you run out of ideas, now the problem is you have nothing to say. And when there's nothing to say, examiner sorry doesn't have anything to mark. Examiner cannot even tell you that. If examiner lets you know only 2 minutes before the interview that okay this is what you'll be doing, you'll get straight 8.5. But that's what the problem with the examiner is. They don't give any explanation before the test, after the result even. So that's a common pose, a cause that individuals have.